And we're back. Legs. Some of these are going to be pretty straightforward. A couple of them I'm going to have to figure out an angle with this camera to show, and that's okay. Squats. So this can be done with a barbell on your back with a wider stance. Wider stance is going to be a little bit more glutes, a little bit more hamstrings. If you put your feet more narrow together, that is going to be a little bit more on your quads. Okay. If you have a barbell goes on the back. If you don't have a barbell, you're going to hold a weight like this, okay, called the goblet squat. What I would suggest if you're doing the goblet squat is you're going down, same thing, slow and slow, the exact same way as everything else. Once you hit fatigue, you're going to drop that weight, or maybe even pick up a lighter weight, which would be called a drop set. So, and any of these exercises with dumbbells, by the way, if you have lighter dumbbells, you can start the movement, you're going and with tens and you get the failure and then you can't do any more and you drop them down and then grab the eights and then continue. Okay? That's called a drop set. It's one way to achieve even more fatigue sometimes. Stiff-legged deadlift is just like what it sounds like. Your legs are as straight as possible and you lower the weights and then back up again. When you keep your legs straight, it's a huge it's one of the best hamstring exercises that you can do. Calf raises and tib raises. Okay, this one is kind of a little bit more complicated. So I'm going to hopefully I need you to see my feet for this one. So tib raises, you're going to lean up against the wall like this, and you're going to push into the wall, and you're going to lift your toes off the mat onto your heels. And that works this muscle right here. Think about butterfly guard. Okay? Down, up. Just body weight. Okay? Down, and up. Okay? They don't seem like much, but after a set of them, you'll be cursing at me. Calf raise, the same thing. Push into a wall and up. Nice and slow to the top. Hold. Slow back down. And up. Okay. The calf raise one, you got to do kind of really slow. Or if you want to add some resistance, you can do a calf raise with some weight. But when you have weight on your shoulders, typically you do calf raise because you're kind of balancing on the ball of your foot. It's better to be leaning on something. So I just put my forehead up against a wall and do the calf raises up as I'm kind of pushing into the wall. So it's a little bit of resistance against your calves that way, but because you're up against a wall, you have balance. Okay, great for calves and the front of your shins, the muscle there. If you do a narrow squat at first, okay, then you're going to do a wider stance, just body weight deadlift, or body weight squat, sorry. With the body weight squat, you go down and back up again as slow as you possibly can, and you stay in that middle zone, okay? They don't seem like much, but they are brutal, okay? So what you're gonna do, you're gonna be here. Instead of going all the way down and then all the way up to the very, very top where your legs lock out, you're gonna go like this. Down to about 80%, back up to about 20%. Back down, up. But at that slow cadence. Absolutely brutal for your legs. And again, body weight, super slow, can't get safer, okay? Besides one other thing, which I'm going to explain at the end. Slow sit up. So, just exactly what it is. Try to have something holding your feet down, and you're going to go up, 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 up. Super, 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 super slow to the top of the movement, and then slow back down. As slow as you can. And then back up, okay? If you can't go all the way up into a sit-up, then just do the crunch part, but think slow up into the crunch, and then slow back down, Slow up. Keep that tension on your stomach the whole time. Slow leg raise. Same thing. Hands under your butt. Lower your legs real slow. Back up again. Super slow. Okay? Just like with all the exercises, mark down how long the set takes. That way the next week you have, if you say they did the leg raises for 45 seconds, next week you're going to try for 50, right? That's what you should be doing with all of these exercises. The last thing is your neck exercises. Super important, okay? And this is what they look like. You're going to go backwards, forwards, side to side, rotate, rotate. That's what you're looking at. For going backwards, you're going to go lay down on a bench or your floor, and you're going to push the back of your head into the mat as hard as you can, okay? Any of these exercises, glue the tongue, your tongue, to the roof of your mouth as you do it, okay? Gives you some support here in these muscles. Dig your head into the floor. Now, how these are going to work, each exercise, you're going to do 30 seconds at about 50 or 60% pressure, and then you're going to do the next 30 seconds at like about a 9 out of 10, so pretty hard. The only thing I do not go to failure on is the neck, okay? But you're going to go pretty hard, okay? So 30 seconds at 50%, then 30 seconds at 90%, and then stop. And then flip over, and you're going to dig the front of your head into the floor, okay? You're pushing the floor with your head. 30 seconds at 50%, 30 seconds at 80% or at 90%, okay? I know the neck one especially is going to kind of look a little bit silly, whatever. Doesn't matter. It is safe, and it is very effective, and it doesn't take a whole lot of time. The whole thing takes 6 minutes, okay? So after you do the back of your head and the front of your head, you're going to sit up, and you're going to push your head this way, and your head pushes your hand that way. So you stay in this spot right here, okay? Works these muscles all back here. You're going to go same thing, 30 seconds at 50%, 30 seconds at like 90%. Then you do the other side, okay? Now this one, last one's a little different with the rotations. You're going to hold your face like this, okay? And you're going to push against your hand all the way over, okay? And again, 30 seconds at 50%, then the next 30 seconds, you're going to be really pushing into your hand. Nice and slow. You can even do it, what I like to try to aim for is that each rotation is 30 seconds. So I only do 2 rotations, okay? And then the other side, okay? That's the end of your workout. After the neck is done, take a few breaths, sit. After these workouts, one thing that's really good is to kick your body into recovery mode as fast as possible. So what I suggest to everybody after they're done their workouts is they sit for a second, and especially when you finish with the neck, you're in that position anyways. Sit for a second and then do, a minute of breath work just to get your heart rate back down. So one easy one is 5 seconds in, or 4 seconds in, 4 seconds hold, 4 seconds out, 4 seconds hold, 4 seconds in, 4 seconds hold, 4 seconds out, 4 seconds hold. Okay, box breathing. That'll lower your heart rate. The faster you can kick into recovery mode, the better it's going to start everything. You don't want to finish your workout and then go and do something else that's like high energy. Okay, ideally, you're doing these workouts before you do something relaxing, where you're not taxing your nervous system anymore. That way you can kick into recovery and recover from everything faster. That's it. That's all 3 workouts. The only one other thing I want to talk about is if you guys ever buy something, okay, this is called a forearm forklift, okay? It's just a strap that you use to move furniture with. If you ever are coming back from an injury and you still want to train strength, this is the best tool that you can, in my opinion, that you can own. And it's like they're 25 bucks, I think, for 2 of them. What you're doing with this is an isometric exercise where you're pulling up against something that's not moving, okay? So as an example, for like I'll show you a couple here. So let's say for like a curl, you step on the middle of the strap, like this. Straps at the end have little hand loops, okay? Step on the straps, say for a bicep curl, and you curl up against it, okay? 30 seconds at 50% resistance, 30 seconds at 80%, and then 30 seconds you're trying to rip the thing apart, okay? It's very taxing, and you can do those for deadlifts, you can do them for rows, you can do them for pull-ups, you can do them for lateral raises, you can do them for all types of exercises. Great tool. They're really good if you're coming back from injury because there's nothing safer for your joints than isometrics, and they're really, really good. Still great for building muscle and building strength. Okay. That's all I got. That's the 3 workouts. If you have any questions at all, guys, let me know. And I'm happy that we're all doing this together. I have my surgery on my nose next Wednesday, but I'm going to do this with you guys too. I'm going to look at, I'm not dropping a bunch of weight, but I'll lean down a little bit, just so I'm, kind of doing this with you guys. I won't be able to work out with weights for probably, I don't know, it might be a couple weeks after. So the dieting will be the main thing, and it's not going to be pretty, but I might end up doing like a hard 8-week program because I might have to be on the shelf for the first month. But anyways, I'll be with you guys the whole time. Any questions, you let me know.